Hello and welcome back to the Kiwi Wedding Podcast. I'm your host Lydia, an Auckland wedding photographer at Lydia Rachel Photography. Today is a very special one because we've officially made it to episode 150. Wild. Firstly, thank you so much for being here, whether you've listened to one episode or all 150. I'm so grateful you're a part of this community. I don't normally ask this, but if you enjoy the podcast, I'd be so appreciative if you could take a few seconds to rate and review the show or share it with a friend who's maybe planning their wedding. It really helps the podcast grow and I'd love you forever. Today, I'm joined by hairstylist and recent bride Sherrie from Messy Bun. We chat all about her beautiful Queenstown wedding at the Winehouse, the reality of planning your own wedding when you work in the industry, why having a planner was one of the best investments she made, the amazing Lisa from With Love Weddings and Events, creating an incredible guest experience, and all the little details that made their wedding feel so personal and full of love. Sherrie also shares some amazing advice from both a bride's perspective and as someone who's spent years helping brides get ready on their wedding mornings, including tips for choosing your vendors, creating a calm getting ready experience, and staying true to what you want for your day. I know you guys are going to love this one. I feel like I say that a lot, but I just have so many great chats on here, and this was another amazing one. So let's get right into it. Enjoy episode 150 with Sherrie. Hi, Sherrie. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. Excited to chat all about your wedding and being someone that works in the industry as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
To start with, if you could tell us a bit of the story of how you guys met and your life together.
Wow, it's been a long time coming, this one. We met when I was actually 20 and he was 17, and we had friends in common. We met at a house party, and it kicked off sort of from that house party. I really enjoyed his company and he was really fun. And I would say that we became fast best friends for about 6 months. Admittedly, I did friend zone him pretty quickly, but after a bit of time, I learned that he's actually one of the good guys and that I should give him a bit of a chance. And fast forward, we've now been together 12 years, which is crazy. And it's been really fun and really easy. We've had a really good time. We own a house, we have a little dog, and it's just been really easy.
Oh, so good. Love that. Love a young love story, meeting in person as well. So good.
Yeah, the old school way at a house party.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, so together quite a while, kind of built your life together and then, got engaged. Can you tell us a bit about your proposal story?
Yeah, so I guess you could kind of say I semi-planned it without planning it.
Nice.
It was coming up to our 10-year anniversary, and I said to Steph that I really want to go away, I want to celebrate it. But obviously our anniversary is actually in the middle of my work season, so it's like the day after Valentine's Day. And so that's a story within itself, actually, but I'll leave that one for now. Yes. Well, the reason, okay, I'm going to go back. So when we first started dating, our first date was actually to what are they called? The Lantern Festival. And it was Valentine's Day. It was it was sweet. And I actually asked him out on our drive home, and he said no. I'm not having our anniversary as Valentine's Day. That's so corny. So we waited until after midnight to say yes, which was quite funny. So anyway, we're going away to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, and I was quite overwhelmed, busy with work. So I said to him, I've got these days booked off. I have a wedding on our anniversary, so it'll have to be over Valentine's Day. We'll head away on the 13th. But can you just book it? You book something. So he booked it. He finished work that afternoon. We drove up to Matakana, which is already a really special place to us, having been there a few times already before. And he booked this really cute glamping spot. So by the time we got there, the sun was starting to set a little bit. And I thought to myself, I wonder if he's going to do it this trip. And if he does, where will he do it? And I said, should we go to the beach? Like the sun's going to set. And he's like, nah, I'm too hungry. I was like, oh, okay, damn. It's not going to happen at the beach then. So we went for dinner. The sun set. It was dark. We went back to our glamping spot and he started the fire. We were listening to some country music and just reminiscing on like the 10 years that we already had together. And yeah, it was just such a beautiful moment. I started recording it on my phone because I was like, I want to remember this. This is such a cool, thing to keep memory's sake. As I was recording, I noticed him like be a bit weird. And then I stopped recording and he set my phone back up again. I was like, why has he done this? And he stood beside me and I like touched him and his heart was like pounding. And I was like, oh my God, maybe it is happening. And it was so sweet. It was just like, so perfect. He got down on one knee and he asked if I'd make it forever, which was really, really sweet. And it was actually really cool. Like the glamping spot had no reception. So at first I was like, oh my God, I want to call like my best friends and, tell everyone. And then the fact that I couldn't meant that I got to like live in it and hear his story and how he got the ring and all of that stuff. He had asked my dad for permission. Well, his blessing. And it was actually really, really lovely. So that the next day when we went into Omaha, grabbed a coffee, went to the beach, and then we video called all the ones that we wanted to call straight away that we couldn't see in person straight away. It was just super, super meaningful and sweet. It was perfect.
Oh, so good. I love that. Yeah, I feel like that's a great way to do it, being off grid a little bit or just being able to like sit in it yourselves for a while and then share your happy news with everyone after. So you had obviously been in the industry for a while, seen a lot of weddings. Did you have a specific vision for your own? Did you have something in mind, and what were those kind of first steps, starting to plan, deciding where, all of that?
That was a lot. I've seen a lot of weddings. Obviously, I don't generally see too much of like the venue. I get photos back and I get to see some of that, but I see a lot of like flowers, hairstyles, makeup, dresses, the wedding dress, the bridesmaid dress. So yeah, I definitely had a lot of ideas from things that I'd seen. I was like, I like that. Where did you get that from? Which was super helpful. I'm like, cool, note that down. But when it came to the styling and the vision, I feel like I'm very basic, very classic, black and white, like that type of thing. And so is my husband. So that was really, really helpful to like be like, okay, we like this. We're going to stick with that sort of thing. But right at the start, one of the first things we did was meet with Lisa from With Love, Weddings and Events. Yeah. And pretty much to sidetrack that, she was one of the things I was like, I'm not doing this without a planner. And I could quickly convince Steph that the planner was needed. So she was incredible with helping with that vision and figuring out what it was that we wanted it to look like and feel like, and, those priorities and things like that. So that was so helpful.
Oh, she's the best. Love her. So good. Did you guys look at a few different venues? Did you always know you wanted Queenstown? What was that like?
Actually, we've got Lisa to thank for Queenstown. So with doing weddings for a living in Auckland, one of my main priorities was that it wasn't in Auckland, because Auckland felt like work for me. Also with Steph being from the UK and some of his family traveling over, we really wanted them to be able to come and have a holiday at a place that we also thought was a holiday location, and have all of our guests come and be on holiday as well. So that was one of my main focuses when it came to venue hunting. We did look at Matakana because obviously it's quite special to us, but none of them really like hit the mark for what we were going for. Lisa actually set us up with a couple in Tauranga, which we liked, didn't really love, and then a couple in Queenstown. And once we got to Queenstown and we saw the Winehouse, we were like obsessed, love, like perfect, rain or shine, like it's perfect. Yeah.
such a stunning venue, and yeah, definitely one of those ones, if you do have like overseas guests come in, just really like shows off New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you
such
fly
a
in
cool
and you're
part of the
like,
country.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, you mentioned a few things there, but did you have kind of your top priorities, the most important elements of the day for you?
Yeah, so definitely the venue location was one of them. Wanting to have all of our guests feel like that they were on a bit of a like holiday themselves, because we also knew that we wanted to turn it into like a 3-day event. So perfect time to do that when you're in a place like Queenstown. And the other priority was having Lisa. I knew that I could not plan this wedding on my own or just with Steph's help, because he's highly opinionated, highly opinionated. And it's great. It helps me make decisions, but sometimes he is not able to give me options for, other things. I don't like this, but go find something else. And I was like, I can't do this on my own. I'm in peak, wedding season. And that's, yeah. So that was such a big weight off my shoulders, knowing that I had Lisa, not only for like the planning, the vendor coordination, and just running the show, but just as like a backing board as well. I found myself asking her occasionally, like, oh, I kind of like the look of this. What do you think? And then she would draw you back to like the very start of like, this is your vision, this is your sort of mood board. Like it might sway it a little bit if you do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, good to know, because I have no idea, like I just saw something, thought it was cool, and she can help me work out whether or not that fits with our vision. It was, yeah, really, really amazing. So having her as my top priority was like worth every single dollar.
Yeah,
Highly recommend.
so good. Yeah, you just, yeah, don't realize all the different ways a planner helps you and
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
keeps you like sticking on the right path because there's, I mean, even just working in the industry, but planning your own wedding, there's so much like content and ideas and things popping up all the time, but just like keeping that vision and focus. Yeah, so good. Such good
Gosh,
ones.
yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about your dress? What was that journey like? Finding it, getting it made? Yeah.
It was quite fun. One of the key sort of tips that I was told, obviously chatting to brides all the time and seeing loads
Mm.
of beautiful dresses. One of the tips I was told was to just look online first, because I had no idea where to start. I had an idea in mind of the style that I thought would like suit my body, but I wanted to go and just try on like all the different styles just to see exactly what I liked. So when I looked online, there was one shop specifically that had like 5 or 6 dresses that I was like, oh, I really like those. So I started there, which was Astro Bridal in Newmarket. And I actually chose the first dress I tried on
Aw.
magically. Rosie, the stylist there, she was incredible. The dress was absolutely almost opposite to what I thought I was going to go for. But when I put it on, I wasn't sure if it was like a wow, like this is the dress, or if it was just like, oh my God, I'm in a wedding dress. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
did definitely try on multiple different styles. I also went to another Auckland place, or was it Trish Peng? Tried on a bunch of theirs. That was so much fun. I fell in love with one of theirs as well. And I went to Australia and tried on some that also, I think it's Made with Love, as they've got like a place that I could get it here as well, so that I could include my mum and my nana in the dress trying on sort of thing. And I liked one of their dresses too, but each time I kept going back to the first dress, and it was more just like solidifying, yes, that first dress is the one. So yeah, that was really cool. And it was cool that it had like an overskirt that clipped on, so it felt like 2 dresses in one, and it was big and crazily huge, and then it was, easy to get around afterwards type thing. I actually thought my plan originally was to add straps to it, because I was not confident in my body. I personally didn't like strapless dresses on myself. But at the start of this year, I actually did a 12-week challenge and managed to lose enough weight and build enough confidence that I didn't hate my upper body anymore. And chatting with a friend, I showed her a photo of the dress, and she said, if you add straps to this, you're going to age the dress significantly. I was like, you're right. So yeah, within all of that, I ended up keeping it strapless, which I absolutely loved. And yeah, it was it was amazing. It was such a cool experience.
So stunning. Love that. Did you have a second dress as well, or you like
No, just whipped
undid the
off the
top bit?
skirt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So good. Love a
yeah,
versatile dress like that.
yeah,
You had a bridal party. Who did you end up
yeah.
having for that?
So I had my two best friends in my bridal party, which was amazing. They happened to be very uncannily my partner's two best friends' partners. Does that make sense? Yeah, my husband's two best friends and my two best friends are actually all couples. So it was
So
so
good.
much fun with all the planning, like just, three couples hanging out. It was amazing. It made the house that we stayed at just super easy. And yeah, my two best friends have become, I'd say, like pretty close friends themselves as well. It was really cool and easy and simple and yeah, and lots of fun, especially on the wedding day.
So fun. Love that. Just makes for no awkward bridal party
Yeah.
mixing. I don't know, some people's like friends don't know each other that well, or
Yes,
like
I see a lot of
people live
that.
overseas or whatever. So yeah, I actually photographed a wedding like that where it was, I think, three couples as well, and there was like a shot they got all having a kiss. So funny.
That's so good.
Easy to pair up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. And also the relationship between all of us, like we're all such good friends that, like often we'd go off with one of them. It doesn't matter if it's your partner or someone else's, like it was just like, it's easy type thing. But yeah, my two best friends were just perfect for the job. I knew that they would take care that I had two hens parties, which, because I'm extra, and they
Why
planned
not?
both just meticulously and they just wanted the best for me. And it was just like, I just knew that they were the right ones for the job. It was just, yeah, it was so perfect.
Love that. And how did you go with the guest list? Did you find that tricky to narrow down?
A little bit at the start. Our goal at the start was to have about 80 once we worked out like budget and stuff like that. But in the end, it didn't become an issue. We invited every single person that we wanted to. And because it was in Queenstown, and a lot of Stefan's family were coming, well, we're over in the UK. Unfortunately, heaps couldn't make it. So we ended up with a lovely 59, including us, I think. Yeah, it was actually, yeah, luckily not too difficult.
Perfect. Such a nice number as well. Can you tell us a bit about the big day, maybe a little of the lead up to it, and yeah, how it all went? Any highlights, favorite moments?
Oh my gosh, so much. Where do I begin?
Maybe that you were like mid-wedding season as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Okay, one thing I think I am so grateful for was I think I took about 10 or 12 days off before the wedding. And my gosh, am I grateful for it. Yes, I had Lisa and she was incredible. But I still had to make decisions and I still had to physically do some things. And it also meant that I got to like put extra effort into areas that I really cared for. So yeah, in the lead up, I was doing things like I hand wrote cards for all of my girls, all of my best friends and my like family members and stuff because I wanted like that stuff means a lot to me. So did a lot of those sorts of things, which took a lot of time and mental space. But when I gave it to them on the wedding morning, it just felt so like special. Do you know what I mean? Like being able to
Mm.
be like, I love you, and this is why, and this is what you do for me. And then, yeah, so I had those days off. They were jam packed. We got down to Queenstown on the Wednesday with our bridal party. We all flew together. It was heaps of fun. And yeah, it was just kind of like, I felt like I was ticking things off my list. I was just like, go, go, go. And the boys are just like at the bar, having a drink, having the best time. I'm like, guys, there's still so much to do. I feel like I finally got to relax the night before. So we had a welcome drinks at one of the bars down there. The weather was absolutely beautiful. Like I could not have asked for better weather. So yeah, we were able to meet up with everyone, have a couple of drinks with them, and be able to chat with everyone, especially the ones that have come from overseas, and chat with them before the big day. And then wedding morning, I actually wanted to include all of my favorite people in the wedding morning. So being, like I said, being a hairstylist in the morning is what I know. I felt like I was able to plan it out enough to have all of my people come and go, and in a way that wasn't too overwhelming for me. So I purposely booked like a really big house with heaps of natural light, heaps of space for all of the hair and makeup people to be able to work from, and also all of us to be around and just not feel like it was like, oh my gosh, there's 12, 15 people here right now type thing. So that was fun. It was like the best morning hanging out with all of my favorite people. And I was very fortunate that my makeup artists are like very close friends of mine, and the hairstylist, like I knew everyone. So that was so much fun. And then yeah, once the photographers and stuff got there, it was like, yay, more friends are here. I was just like, and honestly, in like the best, I don't know, it's just like the happiest I've ever been. It was just so fun and exciting. We got to the venue a little bit late, but it all worked out. Having the planner, having Lisa there. And I feel like I got to a certain point. So my bridesmaids had just walked up the aisle. My dad had just walked and he was meeting me at the end of the aisle. And I was standing inside the house just before I walked, and I looked up at the mountain, and it hit me. I was like, oh my God, I've had honestly the best day of my life so far. And my wedding hasn't even begun yet. Like, how fun is this? Like, this is just so cool. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. And then I had oh my gosh, I'm about to get married.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Crazy. So yeah, then walked up the aisle, and it was just so like, I just remember looking at Steph's face, and it was just like, I was beaming and he's crying. And I was like, oh my God,
Mm.
this is so cool. Yeah, the ceremony was just amazing. I just couldn't stop smiling, and it was incredible. And yeah, we purposely did our photos. We took a helicopter up to the mountain. We managed to get Cecil Peak, which was the one that I really, really wanted. And that was a really special time for us. I know we were having photos taken, but to just have a moment together as well, because obviously I hadn't seen him. We did stay together the night before and we said goodbye in the morning type thing, but I hadn't seen him all day. I didn't know how his day went and stuff. So yeah, that was really special. And it just felt like all we were doing, laughing and bantering all afternoon with our friends who are the photographers, and Nicola there taking, videos and stuff. It was just honestly like so much fun. And yeah, we got back and we had the reception, and we literally just danced the night away. It's just
Mm.
gone like that. It goes so
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, so good. So many cool moments in there. And yeah, you can see that through your photos, just like the joy you were feeling and just like,
Yeah.
yeah, best
It was
day
honestly just
ever.
best day ever, best day of my life. Yeah, we followed it up the next day with a day after function. I was definitely not beaming so much. I was so tired. The whole lead up of just like, peopling and chatting and like planning. And I think it hit me that day. I was like, wow, okay, let's take it all in now. And that was so nice to just chat with everyone, catch up with what they got up to that day. And just, yeah, we chose a rooftop bar in Queenstown, and the weather again was just super perfect. And it was just a really cool way to like, sort of unwind and finish off our wedding celebrations.
So good. Yeah, I love that. Just having a few different celebrations, and then, yeah, you just get that way more quality time with all of your guests and people you didn't get to chat to as much on the wedding day. So,
Yeah.
so good. What did you find like the hardest part about wedding planning, or is there anything you look back on and regret or would have done a little differently?
I feel like when I think about this one, it's really hard to like pinpoint something. I feel like every element had a little bit of hard in there, but once the right thing, once I decided, I was like, yeah, all along, that's the perfect thing. Because I overthink everything. Thank God I have Lisa.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing I might say I'd regret a little bit is with our window, we chose to get married in April mainly because of my work. I wanted it to be at the
Mm.
end of the season. It also meant that daylight savings had started the week before, and our timing was very, very strict, very tight. And I think I wish I had spent more time to work out my photo list. There's quite a few. Well, there's just a few bunches that I wish that we got like specific photos with. I'm yet to get the full lot of photos, so maybe there are some good candidates in there anyway. But yeah, no, I regret not having some specific groups. But outside of that, I feel like everything just honestly went so perfectly.
Oh, so good. Yeah, it's tricky with daylight savings and thinking about how that affects your timeline, like when the sun goes down, all of that as well. So
Yeah.
one to remember, but yeah, so hard as well because you don't want to do it when you're like peak busy
No,
too. And
I didn't want to have to jump straight back into wedding season. And I know a lot of people do the first look first and they do their bridal
yeah,
party photos, and that can save a lot of time. But Steph's big thing was when we spoke about our wedding, he's like, I want the first time I see you to be when you're walking up the aisle towards me. And I was like, of course, like I want that to happen as well. So that's why we didn't do a first look. Yeah.
grooms can be so opinionated on that point. It's funny, but like the one little tradition, but it is really cool to have that moment down the aisle also. So I get it. Did you guys have a set wedding budget, or yeah, how did you find that whole side of things? I guess you had a bit of awareness being in the industry
Yeah.
of how much things are. Anything you want to touch on there?
Very eye-opening once you start planning it yourself and people throw numbers at you and you're like, I can do it cheaper than that. In our first meeting with Lisa, she threw out there that it's quite normal now to get a wedding is around 60,000. And we both went, oh, okay, I don't know if that's
Minimum.
what we want. Yeah, minimum, right? And then we went a bit away and we thought about it and we're like, well, actually, our like top priorities were obviously like where we want it to happen. And either way, travel is going to be involved wherever we go. And then also having those people there with us. And so we could do this for way less and just elope or just have it really, really small. But actually, we wanted to celebrate with all of our people. So we just went, okay, let's embrace it and we'll just see what happens and we'll try be tight. We tried and we probably went over by at least 20 to 30%.
Yeah.
At the end, everyone tells me in the last 2 weeks, you just go, yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
2 grand, sure,
Get it
whatever.
done.
And they are not kidding.
Pretty normal. And I think, I don't know, you still get a lot out of it, especially doing that kind of destination wedding where it's like a long weekend for everyone and you're staying down there. So no regrets
Yeah, no
investing what you
regret.
do. Yeah.
Exactly. This is something that like a lot of people get caught with is it's only one day. You're spending it all on only one day. But for us, we're doing it for this one day. Like this is now a memory that we'll have for the rest of our lives. And it was literally the best day of our lives. So it was 100% worth every single dollar.
Did you guys go on honeymoon straight away? Did you stay down there a little longer? Yeah. What does planning
We
that
ended up
looks
going
like?
away just for a couple of days. So our wedding was the Friday, and our after thing was Saturday. We caught up with all the family members that stuck around until Tuesday, and then we're like, we need to go off grid. So yeah, we booked us a little like canopy camping sort of thing. One of our bridesmaids or bridal couples actually gifted us some money towards our little mini honeymoon, which was beautiful. Yeah, so we went to Central Otago for 3 nights and switched off, and it was just so perfect. By the end of that, we were ready to come back to
Needed it.
normality. Yeah, definitely needed it. Yeah. But in terms of a honeymoon, no, unfortunately, my husband can't get any more leave this year. So it might be a 1 year anniversary type thing planning for a nice big honeymoon. That's my requirement now since he can't do it this year. Let's do a big one.
Totally. Good excuse
Yeah.
to plan something
Yeah.
to look forward to. But yeah, nice that you did the little canopy camping anyway. And yeah, such a cool part of the country. So I'm imagining you'll answer Lisa to a lot of this question because she's incredible. But any other kind of helpful resources that you use during the planning process? You obviously knew a lot of vendors already and worked with them too. But yeah, in terms of finding vendors or like inspiration, anything like that?
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa was honestly just incredible. She has so many like she's such a good relationship with every single vendor in every area. She, yeah, definitely was incredible. I don't feel like Instagram, obviously, for sort of ideas of styling and things like that. But yeah, I didn't use anything other than is it with Joy? The planning
Mm,
app? Yeah, that was
yeah.
the one that I sent out all our invites, and then all of whenever I had a question in terms of like bus pickup and, dietary requirements and stuff like that. It was actually really handy. It was tedious to set up, but really worth it once you got it going.
Yeah, I feel like you've given some amazing advice already, but anything else you would say from the bride's perspective, I guess, to a couple planning their wedding at the moment?
I would probably just go with just do what you both want to do. You can't please everyone. Everyone has an opinion, and I learned that very, very quickly. I'm so pleased that we just went that, like, that's your opinion. We're going to do this. This is the wedding that we want, that we're paying for. So just do what you want to do. That is literally like probably the best advice that I can give. And I know it's hard. It's really hard to like, because you want to please all these people in different areas, but I feel like we had the best day that we had because we didn't do anything for anyone else.
So good, such good advice. Definitely hard to stick to in the moment, or if you, yeah, get people's opinions coming at you a lot, which happens in this
It
process.
does.
But
Yeah.
how is married life now? And do you feel like you got any post-wedding blues?
Yeah, married life is great. It's just the same as before, really. We already live together and whatnot. It's so nice. I don't know, there's like this real solid feeling when you go out as a married couple. It feels really nice to say husband instead of partner, like it's just, I don't know, it is lovely. But yeah, it hasn't changed too much. And did I get post-wedding blues? Yes. Yes, I did. I honestly thought when we came back from our little mini honeymoon, I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Like, I'm going to be so fine. But because it was also the end of wedding season and I didn't have too much work in the first sort of couple of weeks, it quickly hit me that I was like, wow, what do I do now? Like, all of my free time before was like, doing all wedding bits. And it was a mixture of like, oh my gosh, I'm free. I can pick up my book again. I can read. And what is my life and what do I work towards? It's like a year and a half of planning. And now I'm like, okay, what now? And then my husband tells me we can't honeymoon this year. And I'm like, okay, what now? But no, we'll come out the other end. I'll just focus on work again.
Yeah, oh, it's so normal though. I think a lot of people will relate to that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Been so cool to hear all about your wedding and yeah, chat to you today. I wanted to ask a little bit about the vendor side as well. And yeah, you have your business, Messy Bun, incredible
Yeah.
hairstylist, been doing it for years. Can you, yeah, tell us about how you sort of got into bridal hair, what drew you to weddings? Yeah, a bit of your journey into it, really.
Yeah, sure. So I think I've been hairdressing maybe 17 years now. I know I don't look that old. No. Um, I was having a break from hairdressing. I went across and became a flight attendant for a little while, which was heaps of fun, was absolutely loving it. And then COVID happened. So we were all made redundant, and I was left with the big, what am I going to do now? The hairdressing side wasn't really a part that I loved. I didn't want to go back to a salon, and I didn't enjoy that side of hairdressing. But it hit me one day that I was like, actually, I enjoyed the styling side. Like, I did a couple of weddings while I was hairdressing, and I was like, that was kind of fun. So I delved into it a little bit and started a business, like a website and an Instagram. And I just thought I would do this part-time. I'll find a part-time job that will pay my bills during the week, and this will be my fun thing I do on the weekends. But then it kind of kicked off. I was fortunate to start during COVID because a lot of people's weddings were cancelled and rescheduled, and their original hairstylist was no longer available on their next date. So I was like, hey, I'm new here. If you want to put some trust in me, like, type thing. And yeah, it kind of kicked off, and it's about to turn 6. I've been in business for 6 years nearly, which is quite
Amazing.
crazy. But yeah, that's sort of how I got into the wedding side.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, absolutely crazy season to start, but like in a good way. There was so much
Yeah.
happening and yeah, kind of coming out of those lockdowns and busy, but cool to hear a bit about that journey. And yeah, I feel like there were so many amazing businesses that came out of that time as well. So yeah, I wonder if you have any just advice for brides, maybe about like planning a really calm wedding morning, or anything from that kind of hair beauty point of view, putting you on the spot here. But
Yeah.
any little tips you would love to share?
I would honestly say like choosing your vendors is really, really important. There's one, having them be good at what they do, like the actual hairstyling and the actual makeup and whatnot. But choosing people that you feel like you can vibe with, like obviously it's kind of hard with everything being on social media, but you kind of get a gist of what people's personalities are like. But that's gonna, like, the morning does set the scene for like how you feel going into your wedding day. And that's something that like I obviously felt firsthand. Like I was just about to walk down the aisle and I was like, oh my god, that was fun. Oh my god, it hasn't even started. So that definitely helps, having people that feel like they're friends, you know, as vendors, because they're essentially strangers to you until you meet them for your trial type thing. Same thing with photography and video. If you have video, you're with them all day, so you want to also make sure that you have a good relationship with them and you're comfortable with them, because obviously they're snapping the whole day, and if you're uncomfortable, they're going to capture that. But yeah, that definitely helps in terms of timing and whatnot. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with, like, think ahead, like your bridal party, for example. Are these people that you will help you in the moments of chaos? I physically remember being there was nothing there. My brain was not working. So I'd walk into a room and I'd walk out and go, I actually have no idea why I was in there. And I remember there was something, but like I can't focus. Having people, your bridal party, that are like switched on and actually helpful is super handy. My girls were incredible. They'd look at me and be like, Sherrie, what do you need? You don't need to go do this. I'll go do it for you. What is it? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to get the words out, but they're like, cool, I've got it. That bag, yeah, I'll go get it. You know, like that sort of thing. That's definitely helpful. So choosing your bridal party wisely, and also the people that you surround yourself with that morning. So I had 10 friends and family come and get ready with me, but they were all people that I knew that I wanted to hang out with. And doing it in a way that I like was able to plan out, like the morning will be like the mums and whatnot, we'll get them done, we get to hang out for a little bit and then they'll go, and then a few friends will come hang out for a little bit and then they'll go. So that was really, like, that was nice for me. Not everyone has the ability to do that or want or need 10 people around them, type thing. But yeah, definitely who you surround yourself with that morning is really important, because it can very easily get really overwhelming. So yeah, pick those people wisely. And if someone like a mum or an auntie, you know, will overwhelm you, if you don't want them around, don't invite them to come get their hair and makeup done with you, or plan it so that it's only like, if they're going to be the one helping you get into your dress because you want those photos, they come a little bit later, so that you can, you know, like know that at that point is when those feelings will, you know, come and you'll be prepped and ready for it, type thing. Don't overwhelm yourself from the get-go.
Such good advice. It can be a really intense morning or like, time for people. So just like, planning it beforehand, like you say, who you're going to have around you, the timing of it all, so important.
Yeah.
Did you do anyone's hair the morning of your wedding as well?
I didn't. No one let me. They were like, Sherrie, you're not working today.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that was really lovely, actually.
Nice to have someone else doing your own hair as well.
Yes, yeah, someone that I trusted so much as well. It was,
you
so
had
nice.
Amelia.
Yes,
yeah,
boutique bride.
amazing.
Yeah, she was incredible, and she was like 32 weeks pregnant, super big bump. I'm like, oh my gosh, you've traveled to Queenstown for me. I'm pretty sure she left my wedding and went and got a pregnancy massage. So I was like, good. I'm glad to know you're gonna put your feet up and enjoy it.
Yeah, I know. She's been going hard this season.
Yeah,
So good.
Oh, good on her. Gosh,
amazing. Such a cool business you've built, and I feel like you have a really beautiful, polished style, and I imagine you kind of help your brides when they're trying to choose what they want to do with their hair and for their bridal party as well. Do you have any other little bits of advice around that? I know lots of people kind of take inspiration from their venue and then also
Yeah.
consider the weather when you're
Yeah,
choosing
definitely
that.
consider the weather. But to be honest, it was really interesting. So many elements of wedding planning was changed, or like so many elements of my job felt different now that I've been a bride. It's very interesting. So I remember before Amelia, before I had my trial with her, I was like, I don't know what I want. And I tell my brides like to look for inspiration, think of things that like you do yourself that makes you feel comfortable. Like I'm a hair down person, so okay, I definitely know that I want it down, but I can't handle hair on my face. So how do I go about that? And it was just okay. Think about it. What do you like? Find some photos, actually screenshot them, put them in a folder, keep looking back at them. Like, what is it about this photo that I'm drawn to? Is it actually just like her hair's really pretty and mine's nothing like that? Or is it like, yeah, I could see that on me? So things like that. And then I actually purposely played with my hair and did it in obviously not as good as what she could do for me, but did it in those sorts of ways and started to wear it like that occasionally and take photos here and there. And I was like, do I like this on me? Is it complimentary for me? And if I look back on this, will I go, oh my gosh, what have I done? Type thing. So that was quite helpful for myself. So
Mm.
yeah, that's sort of what I tell my brides: stick to things that make you feel really comfortable. A lot of people get caught up with their dress, like it's got this big feature at the back or it's backless and I really want to show that off. I should wear it up because brides wear buns, and probably 8 times out of 10 we do a trial, they do the bun, they're like, yeah, I think so. They change their mind on the wedding day because they're like, actually it's not me. And that's totally okay as well. But, you know, having that trial and actually getting the chance to think it and feel it is enough to make you decide like the right choice on your wedding day.
Yeah, so good. Such good advice there. Incredible. Is there anything else you want to touch on with your business? I don't know. I feel like you shared about doing workshops coming up.
I
Again,
did, and I've
putting
been
you
so
on the
useless.
spot. But I'm like, any little plans you want to share? Anything you're working on at the moment?
Oh, honestly, the wedding has just been so front and like,
Yeah.
you know, front of mind that I haven't really thought too much about business. And yes, I want to do workshops, but it might be more of a case of like, get in touch with me if you want
Yeah.
one. I've done a few sort of one-on-one training styling sessions and they were really fun, and I feel like the girls got like quite a bit out of it. So yes, I will be eventually implementing this and posting about it. But yeah, one-on-one styling and hair sort of workshops in terms of like hairstylists that want to upskill and whatnot. But it is a really big case of tall poppy syndrome that I'm trying to navigate, and like why me, why what gives me the reason to, you know, like to
You're
teach
amazing.
people. Oh, thank you. I just, yeah, hit this point in winter where I'm like, am I though? Yeah.
No, honestly, I see you as one of like the best in the biz,
Oh,
honestly.
thank
Like,
you.
yeah, it's so relatable though, as someone that works for themselves as well, and we can be so hard on ourselves. But yeah, not to put you on the spot with the workshop things, I just remember seeing you post something about that and was like, that's such a good idea. Like, I've gone to makeup workshops before, which are amazing, but I'm like, I don't know how to do my hair, just like a regular
Okay,
girl. I
let's
feel
do
like I don't know how to style properly, and there needs to be like something for that for the everyday person.
Yeah, I think I need to get through a few things before I do a big workshop, maybe some more one-on-ones, and just, I guess, problem solve a few things. But it is definitely in the cards for the future. Let's talk in a year's time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good. Amazing. It's been so lovely to chat to you today. Is there anything else we missed or you want to add before we wrap up?
Oh, I honestly, I feel like I just haven't chatted like my vendors were honestly just incredible. And I feel like I want to sort of just highlight like how amazing, obviously Sam Hart, Sam, right? The best makeup artist in Auckland.
So good. Such a
Hands
fun
down.
time as
Such a
well.
fun time. And she honestly just always, like, I work with her obviously all the time. We have a great relationship. But on my wedding day, just incredible. Like, you sit in your chair and you're like, cool, I can relax now because I'm in the best hands. You know, I know that I'm going to walk out of this and look my absolute best. And I was definitely like not disappointed. I also had Mindy, Makeup by Mindy. She came and did my other friends that came and, popped in and got their makeup done and stuff. Everyone looked incredible. I jokingly said at the start, Sam tried to play a joke on me and say that she couldn't do my makeup. And I said, that's okay. Mindy can do it. And Sam was like, oh, how dare you? But yeah, no, both of them incredible. And also Ruby. I flew Ruby Lou Florals
Ruby Lou, yeah.
from Auckland. Yeah, so I purposely actually had a team that were 99% from Auckland, flew to Queenstown to do my wedding day, and I do not regret it because they were all people within the wedding industry that I see all the time. And it also means that I can talk about my wedding day to all these people who get married in Auckland, and they can also use them. Like, it's achievable, like that. Yeah. But Ruby went above and beyond, and like there was no doubt in my mind that she would. And my flowers were just way better than what I could have ever dreamt them to be. There was a moment, it was our rehearsal the day before our wedding. I bought those confetti flowers, and the venue said, you can't use those. And I was like, oh, okay. Looks like we won't be throwing any sort of confetti or flowers. That's okay, whatever. But Lisa was like, it's okay, we'll suss this. And there was a bit of chatter, and her and Ruby worked it all out. And she found some petals, and yeah, she just went above and beyond, came back, and like my main focus was the ceremony flowers. They were just stunning. And then she was able to reuse them and make them look just as incredible in our reception space, in front of the bridal table and whatnot. It was just like so perfect. And I saw her run sheet. Oh my gosh, from the minute she arrived in Queenstown, for about like 2 to 3 days before our wedding, it was just go, go, go. And I was like, wow, oh my gosh, you are incredible. Like, so happy that we had her. And also Esme and Logan were our photo and video, and they just amazing. Like, obviously I'm friends with them anyway. I see them all the time at work, but it was so nice to be in an environment that was like, it was mine, like they're hanging out with me and my husband, and yeah, just the perfect amount of like chill, we're going to go with the flow. And then also like, here's a bit of timing, like, hey guys, we should probably do this now. Like, we're not going to let you run late. And I really, like, I obviously knew how they work. And that was, important to me. One, to feel like I was hanging out with friends, and two, to know that like nothing was going to run late because it was too casual or whatever. And the photos that I have seen so far, chef's kiss.
So good.
Love.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, you had such a good dream team. Obviously,
dream team,
yeah, love. I mean, there's heaps of talent down in Queenstown as well, but yeah, so cool, all the Auckland vendors that we work with a lot, and being able to have them a part of it, and that you're already friends with most of them, pretty much all of them anyway.
Amazing. Yeah. And then also very last minute, Nicola Blackwell jumped in as our content creator, and I'm so glad, because it's so nice to see, like the video, the behind the scenes, those sorts of things, to reminisce on them on your like little, mini honeymoon, just live it all in. Yeah, definitely highly recommend a content creator. I know a lot of people are on the fence for it, but definitely highly recommend that. That was cool. And then the other thing I was just wanting to sort of say is, I know a lot of people, so Mudbrook, for example, is a very common venue, right? They do so many weddings day by day. I think for a little bit I was worried that Winehouse is apparently like the Mudbrook of Queenstown. So it's, everyone uses the same thing, the same people, it looks pretty similar. And it was really cool for me to be like, okay, well, mine's going to look different because I'm bringing in all of these outsourced people, and they're going to make it just feel us. It was very, very us, but also it doesn't look too copy paste. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think working in the industry for so many years, you go to a lot of the same places a lot, or like, so makes sense how you chose somewhere that you're not going every single week for work, kind of thing.
Yeah, it did feel like there was a lot of pressure being in the industry. Like, a lot of people are going to see this. Like, that made probably planning some of it like a little hard, because I was like, we need to do us, but also people are watching. Oh my gosh. But no, it was really cool. And we were very, very fortunate weather-wise, because the weekend of our wedding, the cyclone was coming through Auckland.
Yeah.
So Queenstown was like the most beautiful, crisp blue. And thank God we didn't go Tauranga because that was the worst. Our wedding would have been cancelled. So yeah, it all just worked out so perfect.
Honestly, points for South Island being a bit more steady
Yeah.
weather-wise after all these like tropical storms we've had.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly what you say. You can make it unique to you, what like represents you guys as a couple. And yeah, I don't know. I think people can get caught up on that, like, oh, this venue's so popular, or it's just like they have so many weddings, it's going to be like everyone else. But you know, every wedding is different. And yeah, if you can kind of just focus on that. Yeah.
The other thing I would say that, like, I guess a level of importance was our guest sort of experience as well. Like, we were fortunate enough to go to 3 weddings last year in the space of like 3 weeks. It was chaotic, but it was great to go as an engaged couple planning our wedding. Like, a lot of things hadn't been set in stone yet. So we picked little things we're like, oh, we really like that, or let's avoid that from happening, those sorts of things. So I think from that, we were able to ensure that, like, we had a DJ that was, setting the vibe, like reading the room, making sure like the dance floor was always full type thing, and it was always full, which was great. And another moment was like one of our friends had like an escort card table. So instead of just reading a board, finding your name and finding your seat, I really liked the idea of like having a handwritten note in there. So we actually we spent a lot of time on that in the last couple of weeks in the lead up. But it was really sweet. We've seen videos of people opening their notes like per couple, and it was just a
Yeah.
little like, hey, we love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for all these years of friendship and all of that stuff. And this is why you're chosen to be here with us. And I just like, when it came to the speeches and whatnot, like the whole room, it felt like it was filled with love. And we looked around and it was just all people we absolutely love hanging out with. And yeah, it definitely like felt like, in our opinion, we'd nailed every element of guest experience. While we're away for an hour, are they busy? Do they have drinks? They had drinks on arrival, like those little things. We were like, let's make sure we do it well. And I felt like it worked well. Yeah.
So good. I love that. So special if you can have those meaningful details, but also, yeah, your guests feeling like looked after, fed enough drinks, all of
Yeah.
that. And I don't know, there's so many little things that get forgotten. Yeah, great little like research that you could go to
Yeah.
a few different
So
weddings. I
lucky.
mean, obviously you're at weddings a lot, but not the entire day, the whole
No.
time, which we see a lot more as photographers. You pick
Yeah,
up on
you
that.
guys see a lot. I know the part until they get into their dress, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
"Now what?" I literally got my dress, and they're like, "Do you wanna go in there?" I was like, "I don't know what what happens from here. You guys tell me what to do."
Amazing. And yeah, you don't necessarily know if you haven't been to lots of weddings. So yeah, chat to friends and other brides, and then yeah, listen to the podcast as well.
Yes, yeah, get
But
all of the advice. Yeah.
oh, so good. Yeah, I think people will get a lot out of this episode. So thank you so much for coming on and
Yay.
sharing.
Thank you so much for having me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, she wants to interview me?"
Of
Okay.
course. So good. I've, yeah, seen a few of your vendors that I'm also friends with since your wedding, and just, yeah, they've all been like, it was so amazing. And Sherrie looked after us so well.
Aw.
Like, yeah. So, yeah, just so cool to reflect back on it with you. And yeah, excited for people to hear.
Yay, I'm so excited. And it's so nice to hear as well that others, really enjoyed themselves too. Because obviously it was my favorite day, but I'm like, I hope they enjoyed themselves.
Yeah. Oh, of course. So good.
Yay.